Yomasoe, why foreign media is covering Trump's mental decline better than US outlets. This week alone, I've come across more articles than ever before discussing Donald Trump's deteriorating mental health. But here's the troubling part. The majority of these pieces weren't coming from American media. I saw multiple in-depth articles from British news outlets, one from Australia, and, shockingly, the one that stood out the most came from Russia. Yes, Russian media. Now, typically when you read anything from Russian state-affiliated news, you expect a heavy dose of Kremlin propaganda. But this particular article broke through the noise. It laid out, in stark and sobering detail, the growing concerns from American mental health professionals about Donald Trump's cognitive decline. The piece was titled, "White House Patient: Why Psychiatrists Are Alarmed by Donald Trump's Mental Decline." Let that sink in for a second. Foreign press is doing a better job covering Trump's mental deterioration than US media. Sure, here in the States, we'll get an occasional op-ed. USA Today ran one recently. But let's be clear, an op-ed is not investigative journalism. It's tucked away under opinions, as if to say, don't take this too seriously, it's just someone's thoughts. Meanwhile, the article from Russia cited direct quotes and long-standing research from respected mental health professionals in the US, including Dr. Bandy Lee, the psychiatrist who edited The Dangerous Case of Donald Trump. Here's just a snippet from that Russian article. Trump is set to turn 80 before his current term is out, and his condition is clearly not improving. His speech is increasingly incoherent. He makes crude jokes at inappropriate moments, like miming a sexual act on a microphone, uses profanity more frequently than he used to, and relies on a smaller vocabulary. According to several experts, these may be early signs of dementia, and when combined with his narcissistic personality and lack of empathy, that's a dangerous cocktail. Sound familiar? It should. I've been sounding this alarm for years about both the neurological signs and the psychological red flags. But to read those same concerns laid out so clearly by foreign media using data and analysis from American experts really drove the point home. It felt like I could have written that article myself. The article also revisited Trump's claims that he aced the Montreal cognitive assessment, which he proudly waved around as proof of his mental sharpness. But what the piece pointed out, correctly, is that this test isn't some intellectual gauntlet. It's a screening tool to determine whether someone needs full-time care in a nursing home. You can ace the test and still suffer from early-stage dementia. What Trump proved by passing that test wasn't that he's mentally fit. It's that, as of that day, he didn't need 24/7 supervision. More telling, the article cited symptoms observed by professionals like Dr. Bandy Lee: simpler vocabulary, incoherent sentences, disorganized grammar, inappropriate statements, vague or delusional comments, and perseveration. A compulsive repetition of the same ideas regardless of context. Sound like anyone you've heard speak recently? Trump's bizarre rant at West Point just this past weekend is a perfect example. He trotted out that same old, tired story about real estate guys and trophy wives, delivering it with the same slurred, confused cadence that's become increasingly common at his rallies. It was incoherent, it was irrelevant, and frankly, it was embarrassing. The article also quoted Harry Siegel, a psychology lecturer at Cornell, who highlighted how Trump's rate of strange speech patterns and erratic decisions is increasing. He referenced an incomprehensible answer Trump gave about childcare at a major event, one so disjointed that even his supporters were visibly concerned. And Siegel wasn't alone. Psychologist John Gartner, who has spoken frequently to US media, particularly Salon's Chauncey Devaney,